Tucker Carlson revealed what happened on January 6th with the QAnon shaman when he was at the Capitol building. And for some reason, individuals from The View, people on CNN, and even establishment Republicans like Mitch McConnell tells the American people, do not believe your own lying eyes and ears.
And last night, Tucker Carlson took a page from George Orwell's 1984 and told his viewers to reject the evidence of their eyes and ears. Take a look.
The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were hooligans. They committed vandalism. You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers. Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th. Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the Speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile. They're not destroying the Capitol, they obviously revere the Capitol.
The audience is laughing. That's so ridiculous. Well, how can you not? Especially after you've, heard some of his emails about Dominion and all the stuff going on. I mean, listen, I don't know what he's playing at, but people saw what they saw. They saw what they saw, and they've seen what's gone down with it. And no matter what, you can't put this monkey back in the cage. You can't. This was insurrection. It just was what it was. So people are very upset. His viewers, maybe they're going to buy it. I don't know. What do you think? Are they going to
release this footage? Was it a mistake by Speaker McCarthy to give access to Tucker Carlson of this security footage?
My concern is how it was depicted, which is a different issue. Clearly, the chief of the Capitol Police, in my view, correctly describes what most of us witnessed firsthand on January 6th. So that's my reaction to it. It was a mistake, in my view, for Fox News to depict this in a way that's completely at variance with what our chief law enforcement official here at the Capitol thinks.
If that's the case, following up on what you said, Tucker Carlson has already teased another round of videos that are going to be released today. I understand that you're upset with the way that Fox is depicting it, but he's been forecasting this for months, asking for this access to this footage to have a presentation just like this. Was it a mistake for the speaker to hand that?
You guys know I have many faults, but one of them is not answering the question in a way that I don't want to answer it. I've given you the answer.
It's funny how the news media and people in politics and people on social media, big tech, want to tell the American people what's misinformation or disinformation as if they're protecting us from ourselves. But come on, we're all adults here. And we should be able to get all the information, not have our government lie to us, not have the media lie to us, and have us come up with our own conclusions from the information that we're given. But no, they want to be our parents and they want to hold our hands the whole way because we're too stupid to understand things. And when questioned about the risk for Tucker Carlson to put out this video, CNN questioned Kevin McCarthy, and the Speaker of the House had this for a response.
Mr. Speaker, because of the footage that you gave Tucker Carlson last night, he went on and said this was a mostly peaceful chaos, as he said. He downplayed Ryan Sicknick's death, said it was not related to January 6th, said this was not an insurrection. Do you regret giving him this footage so he could whitewash the events of that day?
No, I said at the very beginning, transparency. And so what I wanted to produce for everybody is exactly what I said, that people can actually look at it and see what's gone on that day. So.
But why, Mr. Speaker, do you agree with this portrayal of what happened that day?
Look, each person can come up with their own conclusion, but what I just wanted to make sure is I had transparency.
Do you believe
because I know in CNN, I had here where you guys actually broke where we were. This was a secret location, Fort McLaren. I don't know if you got concerned by that. I don't even know from point of view of security if we could ever be taken there again. But when you broke that at CNN, that was a real concern to a lot of people. I had a real concern also when I wanted to make sure transparency. Look, The officer's death is tragic, and anytime an officer is passed in this situation, I want to make sure they're protected. I want to make sure the transparency goes forward.
Speaker McCarthy, was this in any way part of the deal that you made to win the speakership?
No.
To specifically give the content to
No, the
Tucker?
answer is no. And if you follow, I'm not sure if you were there the times before, I got asked the question in a press what I would do in the process. I've watched on January 6th committee how it was only politically driven. Now, on the January 6th committee, you couldn't have, the minority side wasn't allowed to put people on. And I just thought it was fair if someone asked me the question, just transparency. So what I tried to do is be able to release the information, which we'll do to everybody. I worked with the Capitol Police. I asked them for any clips on the way that they had concern with the security level. Only one of the clips did, and we were able to change that. An interesting thing the Capitol Police told us when we went through this is that January 6th never asked them about that, the security. So that's why they showed, unfortunately, Vice President Pence, when he was being escorted out, they used my office on the escort where he went out. They never asked the Capitol Police if that's showing security clearance that they shouldn't, which they didn't. They didn't ask me as well.
For one thing, I'm glad that the Freedom Caucus is right behind Kevin McCarthy, making him do his job. And for another thing, I'm giving him credit because he's been doing very well as Speaker of the House so far. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? Do you still believe the government and the news media? Do you still believe the lies that they've told us for the last 5 years? Like lying about Donald Trump being a Russian asset, like lying about the Hunter Biden laptop not being real, like lying about the quid pro quo that never happened with Donald Trump, and lying about the quid pro quo that actually did happen with Joe Biden.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out the press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
What about the lying about the business deals with Joe Biden between China and between Ukraine? What about, the lie about COVID that was spread throughout the whole world? Do you still believe these people, or are you going to start questioning these things? And also the lie about climate change. But that's all I have for you today. I'm your host, TJ Evans, with another installment of the TJ Evans Show. Y'all remember, don't take my word for gold. Y'all do your own research. Do the YouTube and Rumble thing. Subscribe to the Royal Family Studios page. And also, I want you to check out my book on Amazon, The Diary of Marvin DeWayne. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up. Peace.